And as you can see right here, this product sells for $19.99 with over $25,700 in monthly revenue and only 11 reviews. Now, what is the secret to find products like this? It's not rocket science. Literally all you have to do to be able to find your own home run potential products is What is up, guys, and welcome back to another exciting video. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about how you can potentially replace a 9-to-5 income over the long term by actually fully diving in and committing to Amazon FBA. We're gonna be addressing common questions like, Kevin, is Amazon FBA too saturated? Is it too late to get started? Is it too late to get involved? We're gonna be addressing all of those, and we're also gonna be talking about some very critical, important updates that have happened with Amazon FBA that you absolutely have to know this year if you want to have any chance of actually being successful. But before we actually do get into all that, first of all, welcome to the Strongest Family on YouTube. We really appreciate you being here. Do me two quick favors if you would be so kind. Tap the like button so we can find more awesome people like you, and also leave a comment down below on this video that says Amazon FBA. And if we get 500 of you awesome people to comment Amazon FBA on this video, we'll drop a brand new part 2 that we've never shown before that I promise you you're gonna love. So take your phone, chuck it out the window, get ready to pay attention for the next 10 minutes because I am going to be teaching you how to go from a complete beginner all the way to an expert, hopefully within just this one video. Let's go. All right, guys, so welcome into my screen. So without further ado, the tool that we're gonna be using during today's meeting, obviously you don't have to have a software tool, but trying to be successful on Amazon FBA without using a software tool at this point is kind of like trying to go down the freeway walking instead of using a car, right? You have to use the correct tools if you want to have chances against the other top sellers out there who are competing against you, right? And so what we're gonna be using is a tool called Zonbase, right? Just like Amazon, but base, zonbase.com. And the first tool that we're gonna be using inside of this actual software is a section called Hot Products. And don't worry, there is a completely free trial, which you can check out down in the description after the video, but don't you dare go anywhere right now. And so what we're gonna be talking about to begin is actually the Hot Products section. Now, this is a section that no other software tool has. None of the corporate old school giants have them because they're not actually in tune with what people, just like yourself, brand new sellers, people who are learning about Amazon FBA actually want, right? They want to see ideas for potential home run products so that you can start to get the idea of exactly why these products might be interesting to learn more about, to actually price what it might look like to order some sample units and things like that. And so what we're gonna do is break it down into 3 very simple to follow steps that go into being successful on Amazon. Step number 1 is finding your product. Step number 2 is actually creating your listing. And step number 3 is actually marketing your product to get in front of the right customers so that you can maximize your sales and thus maximize your profits. And so if we actually scroll up to the top here, we can see that Hot Products is automatically generated by Zonbase. How it does this is it looks at 3 things: Amazon's top 100 most gifted products with increasing sales trend /BSR and less than 50 reviews. And so if we look at this first product right here, we can see that this product's about $20, final price to the customer. We can see that their sales history has recently had a big spike. We can see that they do over $25,787 in monthly revenue with only 11 reviews. And we do like to see as well that is a non-seasonal product. So this is definitely a product that I would want to learn more about. Astro Bright's Mega Collection, we can see that they have a lot of search volume, which we like to see, strong revenue, strong reviews. We can see that their sales history is pretty consistent, which we like to see as well, right? We don't like to see big troughs and ebbs because that means that they're either stocking in or out, or we don't know exactly what's happening. So seeing this sort of consistency right here means that this product is selling a significant amount of units every single day, which we like to see. So if we actually go to the product itself on Amazon, we can see that this is colored cardstock. To be honest, I don't know exactly what cardstock is, and some of you guys are probably laughing at me. Okay, so it's like for decorating, I guess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually go ahead and grab the main keyword, right? So Astro Bright's Mega Collection, this is not the main keyword, right? The main keyword is colored cardstock. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna come in here, go to all departments, and paste in where it says colored cardstock here. And then what we're gonna do is come up into the Chrome extension and run the Zonbase Chrome extension. Now, if you don't have the Zonbase Chrome extension, very easy. Just come back into Zonbase, go to Chrome extension right here. And what you can see is there's a button that shows you, how to download it, how, where to install it now, if you need help, right? All of these sorts of things, but it's very easy to do so if you've ever used a Chrome extension before. So what we did was we pasted in colored cardstock here. We're gonna scroll down. We see that there's some sponsored products. We like to see that. That means somebody's paying to show their product, which usually means that somebody's actually making money. So what we're gonna do is run the Chrome extension here. And now what Zonbase is gonna do is it's gonna go and collect all of the different competitors that are actually on page 1 for this particular listing, and it's going to pull live data from Amazon.com to show us, monthly sales, monthly revenue, reviews, things like that. So what we can see right here is pretty strong numbers when it comes to average monthly revenue, right? Over 18,000. I generally like to stay away from products that don't do at least 10 or more thousand in monthly revenue, just because, assuming a conservative 20-25% profit margin, I want it to be worth my time to add that product to my portfolio, right? The main thing that really pops out to me immediately is these reviews, right? 16,000 reviews, 2,000 reviews, right? Most of these products on page 1 have like nearly 1,000 or over 1,000 reviews. And so just that alone, I'm probably going to, go ahead and close this one out. But it's definitely an interesting product, right? Because we do see some, like for example, the one that we originally saw that does, 30,000 in revenue with only 15 reviews. So there are a few products that do really well, but I like to see more products on page 1 that have less than, 150 or 200 reviews. And so what we're gonna do is actually come back into hot products here and take a look at the next product. That was just the very first product, right? And trying to find these sorts of products on your own is so much more difficult than actually having a tool, right? An incredibly valuable tool find these products for you to kind of get the wheels turning in your mind, so to speak, so that you can, feel much more confident and comfortable understanding which actual products might be interesting. So if you actually scroll down here, we can see this product does 15,000 a month with 43 reviews. I like to see over, here's one, 35,000. Let's take a look at this. 32 inch drop, XL dorm, black solid bed skirt. All right, let's take a look at this one. Let's also take a look at 28 pieces iron-on patches. Let's take a look at memory sympathy something. Memory sympathy wind chimes. Gotcha. Let's do wind chimes for lost loved ones. We can see that there's 4 sponsored results, which is good because it means people are spending money, right, to show those ads, which means that they're likely making money. While we wait for that to load, let's take a look at this other one. Let's call this one iron-on patches. Seems like the main keyword here. So we're gonna search this one. Again, here's 4 sponsored results, which we like to see. And then let's run the Chrome extension. While we wait for that to finish, what we can do is come in here and do solid bed skirt. Let's take a look at this one. Let's take a look down here. We see 3 sponsored, which we like to see. Let's run the Chrome extension, and this is the one that we were looking at before. So let's go back to the original one. Hopefully this one has loaded by now. We can see that very low average reviews, right? Only 165, but also relatively low monthly revenue, right? We can see that there's some that are, 9,500, 13,000, 8,000, very low reviews. So this is definitely a product that I would look more into, right? I would look at, for example, wind chimes. I would look at things that are a little bit less niche, right? So let's just do like wind chimes, for example, and see what we see. Again, 4 sponsored results, which we like to see. So let's run this. We can take a look at, a much wider keyword and see if that changes anything. Iron-on patches, we can see do about 9K in revenue. Lots of reviews, but I think these are dragged up by a few participants, but there are too many people that have too high of reviews here, so that's definitely something that I would immediately not want to be involved in. And here's another one, solid bed skirt. We can see that many of these actually do pretty strong revenue, but they also have pretty high reviews. There are a few that don't have high reviews. but for the most part, they do. So definitely the one that I think I would be most interested in would probably be wind chimes, just because most of these people on page 1 have such low reviews. There's definitely something that we could actually do to go ahead and get involved. So if we wanted to, choose one of these, for example, what I'm gonna do is actually click find a possible supplier, and I just click that right up here inside of the Chrome extension. And now what Zonbase does is it automatically pre-populates Alibaba with the word wind chimes, and then what we're gonna do is press search, and then what we can see is a bunch of different wind chimes and things like that, ranging anywhere from a couple dollars up to $4 or $5 per unit, right? Some of them even as low as $1 per unit. So if we took an average and said maybe $2-3 per unit, right, then we can do some quick mental math, because we like to see that we can buy a product for 10 times less than the final price we're selling on Amazon. And that's just a quick rule of thumb, right? It's obviously not perfect, but it does help significantly when it comes to simplifying things, which is so important in business, right? So that we can kind of get a first initial estimate that helps us filter out products that might be too expensive from a COGS or cost of goods sold perspective for us to eventually have profit, right? So if we can buy these for $3, $4, right, we can see that on average these are selling for $25, $35, $45. So from an initial smell test perspective, it does look like it could be a product that we could actually go about sourcing from an overseas manufacturer for cheap enough for us to have enough profit margin actually built in, so that we have a good time. And now what we're gonna do is actually go ahead and grab this one that has the best overall sales. We can see that this one seems to have the best sales here. So what we're gonna do is actually go ahead and grab this product listing right here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back into Zonbase, and we're gonna go to listing optimization, and we're gonna go to Listify. Now, Listify is an incredibly powerful tool. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go to try our artificial intelligence listing tool beta, right? And so what we're gonna do is instead of actually typing in that URL, we're literally just gonna type wind chimes here and click generate. Now, what's gonna happen is Zonbase is gonna take up to 24 hours to actually create your listing for you. And it does this by combining the top keyword volume, highest conversion keywords from the highest organically ranking listings to create you, right, an artificial intelligence perfect listing. Now, is it gonna be perfect? Of course not, right? It is still in beta, but just to show you kind of what this looks like, if we actually grab one, for example, that's like basketball for adults, which is one that I've already done in the past, what happens is it pre-populates our listing with a title, with bullet points, 1, 2, and 3, even up to 5, with a description, right, with search terms. Now, this does need to be reviewed manually by you, but I can promise you, without a shadow of a doubt, that it's infinitely easier to actually start with something rather than just going and trying to start building your listing from scratch. So use machine learning, use artificial intelligence tools from Zonbase to make your job significantly easier, and I promise you, you are going to be happy you did. And then when it comes to actually doing our PPC and our marketing, again, we're gonna be coming into Zonbase because all of this stuff is so much infinitely easier when you have the right software tool to partner with. And we're actually gonna go to Ads Manager. Now, Ads Manager is one of the most powerful tools anywhere when it actually comes to being profitable and being successful on Amazon PPC. If we actually sort this by return on ad spend, we can see that we have some that literally have like 1,000% return on ad spend, meaning for every dollar that we invest in ads, we're making over $10 back in sales, 1,300%, 1,500%, 16, 21, 2,800%, right? And so how exactly is Zonbase able to get these results? Well, it's actually, again, through machine learning and artificial intelligence, right? And so what we're gonna do is actually click fully automatic. We're gonna put this as YT test. We're gonna click launch, right? Because we're trying to launch a product. Most people who are launching their first product are going to choose the launch a product. So we're gonna pretend like this is our wind chimes listing. Obviously we haven't made this listing yet, and so we're gonna use an existing product, but let's pretend that we'd already set up our wind chimes listing after we exported it from Listify and uploaded it to our Amazon Seller Central account. What we're gonna do is we're gonna click this little button, press add selected products, And now what's gonna happen is Zonbase is going to suggest us a default bid using Amazon's PPC auction data, and it's also going to suggest us a budget, right? And so what we're gonna do is click next here. Now Zonbase is gonna automatically create 5 different campaigns for us, and these campaigns are the best of the best types of campaigns where you're pulling the best broad match, phrase match, exact match. You're using your search term report iteratively. You're launching low keyword bid campaigns, and if all of this stuff sounds really complicated and things like that and overwhelming, don't be, right? The point of Zonbase handling so much of the heavy lifting for you is all you have to do is sign up for a free trial, right? And then let Zonbase do the heavy lifting when it comes to these keyword and machine learning intensive activities. And then you can even see down here that there's automatic keyword and bid suggestion automations. And what that means is basically it promotes profitable keywords and scales those up, which means more profitable sales, right? And it turns off keywords that are not profitable. And it does this all behind the scenes so that you can sit back and relax and actually, focus on what's most important for your business, which is adding new products to your portfolio. So if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you tap the like button, comment down below Amazon FBA, and if we get 500 comments, we'll drop a crazy part 2 of this video. Or if you just wanna hang out here on YouTube and watch more awesome videos like this one, stay tuned because we have a brand new playlist coming to you live in 3, 2, 1. Click the playlist in the middle of the screen, guys. See you there.